I'm Ivy Peterson, 32, a software engineer who's always been dismissed by my family. I sat down at my parents' dining table in Portland, Oregon, excited to share my latest software designs worth $400,000 in potential value. My sister leaned forward with a mocking smile, and her words cut sharp as she said, "Ivy still fiddling with those pointless code things. My husband just landed a big promotion with some cutting-edge app algorithms. Sound familiar?" She glanced at her husband, who smirked back, while my father nodded approvingly and added Emma's, the sharp one, "Ivy, you could take notes from her." My mother chimed in agreeing as she said, "Quit wasting time on your little hobbies." My stomach dropped because those algorithms she described were identical to my unique data encryption system, and she'd been unusually curious about my work files during her last visit, asking to see demos that now seemed far from innocent. This couldn't be random, so I forced a polite laugh, finished dinner quietly, and left early, my mind spinning with suspicion. Before we dive deeper, subscribe to the channel and comment below about a family betrayal you've faced. Your experiences make these stories real. Let's connect. Driving home from my parents' house, I pulled up my work dashboard on my phone at a red light, where the design sat untouched in my secure folder. But I checked the access logs anyway and found an unusual view from an external IP 2 weeks ago, right after my sister's visit. I traced the IP publicly. It pointed to a cafe near her office, not proof, but suspicious enough to keep digging. At home, I booted my laptop and searched patent databases for similar algorithms, where one match popped up. A recent filing by her husband's firm describing my data encryption system word for word, with the date lining up with her questions about my code. My hands shook as I realized this was straight-up theft, so I needed concrete evidence and scanned code repositories for leaked snippets, finding a GitHub commit in a public project linked to his company's open-source contributions using my exact logic. The username tied to his email from a tech conference listing, which was enough to act. So I looked up intellectual property lawyers and called Nicole Tran, a specialist with strong reviews. She picked up quickly and said, "Nicole Tran speaking," to which I replied, "Hi, this is Ivy Peterson. I think my software designs were stolen by family. Walk me through it," she said, and I explained the dinner hints. The patent matched the IP trace, corporate theft with personal involvement, send logs and patent details securely, I'll assess. She responded and we chatted 10 minutes before she added, "This looks viable for a claim, hire a digital investigator for deeper forensics." She suggested Mark Coleman, noting he's expert in tech traces, so I contacted him next and said, "Nicole referred me. I need help confirming code theft." "Sure, send the details. I'll use public sources first. No illegal digs," he assured me. "How long for initial results?" I asked, and he replied, 2 days tops." "Go ahead," I told him. While waiting, I reviewed my home camera feed from her visit, which showed her at my desk typing on my computer. No sound, but clear. She browsed files, so I saved the clip. Nicole emailed to say, "Files received, patent infringement is strong. We can start with a notice letter." Mark updated the next morning, reporting public developer forums show her husband posting questions about your exact code structure before the patent username matches his LinkedIn. Subpoena material, I questioned, and he confirmed. Definitely also found a deleted tweet from him bragging about scored tech goldmine, recovered via archive sites. I forwarded to Nicole saying, "We're gaining ground." She rang back and suggested, "Let's draft a cease letter to his company alleging misuse." Their reply could slip up. Risky, I wondered, but she explained strategic. Forces a move. We built the letter over email, specific on the algorithm demanding halt and compensation, and I okayed it before she said file when ready. My sister messaged dinner was fun. "Let's meet for lunch soon," to which I typed back casually, "Sounds good." But I'd record legally and probe without tipping my hand as the plan was rolling. Meeting my sister for lunch the next day, I activated my phone's recording app under the table. Knowing Oregon allowed one-party consent and she arrived late, ordering a salad without looking up before asking, "So what's new with your coding gig?" "Same old. Heard more about your husband's promotion." "Those algorithms sound advanced," I replied, and she smiled as she said, "Yeah, he nailed it. Took some inspiration from random stuff." Random like what I pushed, and she responded, "Oh, bits from here and there, like my encryption work. The one I showed you I questioned, and she hesitated before saying, maybe. Ideas are free, right? Not proprietary ones." I countered, but she laughed nervously and added, "Relax, Ivy, it's business." The slip was small but useful, so I changed topics and wrapped up lunch without confrontation. Back home, I sent the audio to Nicole with a note. "Listen to this." She hints at using my work, and Nicole replied quickly, "Good catch adds to intent." Mark's digging deeper. Mark called an hour later, reporting public developer forums show her husband posting questions about your exact code structure before the patent username matches his LinkedIn. Subpoena material, I asked, and he confirmed. Definitely also found a deleted tweet from him bragging about scored tech goldmine, recovered via archive sites. I forwarded to Nicole saying, "We're stacking evidence," and she scheduled a video meeting where she suggested, "Let's plan the bait. Pretend to collaborate with his firm on a joint project, offer similar code, and see if they bite." How I wondered, and she explained. Email his boss, mention family connection, propose sharing ideas, record responses. I drafted the email with her guidance. Professional, referencing the promotion vaguely, and we sent it from my work account. His boss responded fast, saying, "Interested. Let's discuss," so Nicole advised, "Set a call, I'll coach you." The call happened 2 days later with his boss sounding eager as he said, "Your sister's husband mentioned your expertise. Share samples." I agreed, sending a dummy file with trackers, and Mark monitored before reporting. They accessed it immediately. Metadata shows edits matching their patent. Proof of misuse, I noted, and Nicole beamed on our next call. Now we have direct link. Time for the demand letter. We refined it, citing the patent log's audio hints, and demanded they stop using my code, pay $400,000, destroy copies. I signed off saying, "Send it certified." Recalling times my sister got favors while I earned everything alone, fueled my resolve no more. Mark uncovered more. A public Slack leak from his team discussing borrowed family tech. And I asked nail in the coffin, to which he replied, "Perfect, closer." Nicole subpoenaed full records through court channels and responses poured in. Emails showing my sister forwarding my files to him, one reading, "Here's Ivy's stuff. Tweak it." Clear theft, so I saved copies but confronted nothing yet. Better wait for full fallout. Nicole filed the suit quietly, noting infringement and misappropriation claims. His firm panicked, offering settlement talks, but Nicole said decline for now. Let pressure build. My sister called unexpectedly, asking, "Hey, everything okay? You seem distant? Busy with work?" I replied, and she added, "Cool. Husband's project is blowing up." I noted her nerves as the net tightened. Mark found bank records publicly available from a data breach report, transfers post-patent matching bonus amounts. And I said, "Ties financial gain," to which Nicole responded, "Add to damages." We amended the complaint and their side pushed for mediation. "Attend," Nicole said, "but stick to facts." The session was virtual, their lawyer speaking first. "This is a misunderstanding. Ideas overlap in tech." Nicole countered, "Not when code matches verbatim." I stayed silent as planned, and her husband fidgeted on screen before saying, "It was inspired, not stolen." Inspired by forwarded files, Nicole pressed and silence followed. They offered $100,000, but Nicole rejected. No. Full compensation or trial. Meeting ended tense, and back-channel Nicole learned they were scrambling. Internal audits started. Your code's core to their app. Good. Disruption. My father called demanding, What's this lawsuit nonsense? Drop it for peace. Can't, I said, and he hung up angry. I blocked family numbers temporarily as Nicole filed for summary judgment noting evidence overwhelming, might avoid trial. Judge set hearing and Mark pulled final piece. A deleted forum thread where my sister asked about anonymizing file shares. Pre-theft planning, I noted, and he agreed. Perfect closer. I compiled everything into a secure drive, knowing the confrontation neared. His firm's lawyer contacted Nicole the day after filing, offering $50,000 to drop it. But Nicole laughed on our call and said lowball. Counter with full amount plus legal fees. Do it, I replied, and we revised the response. Firm listing all evidence without full reveal. She sent it, and Mark uncovered additional leaks. A podcast interview where her husband vaguely credited family insights for his success. Adds public admission, I said, and Nicole incorporated that before updating the suit. Now it's airtight. My mother texted your sister's stressed. Call her, but I deleted it, no distractions. Nicole arranged for expert analysis, hire a code specialist to compare your designs with their product, and the report came back fast. 98% match. Undeniable copy. I reviewed it, noting highlighted lines, court gold. Mark traced more. Public Git commits showing iterative changes from my original code. They tested it openly. Subpoena their internal repos, I asked, and Nicole nodded verbally. Yes, motion filed. Court approved quickly, and documents arrived. Emails confirming my sister sent the files, him replying. Thanks for the hookup. Direct proof, so I saved copies. Her husband emailed me unexpectedly. Hey, Ivy heard about some mix-up. Let's chat. Ignore. Nicole advised let lawyers handle. Tension rose and my sister left a voicemail. Ivy, why so cold? Family first. Right. I saved it as evidence of awareness. Nicole prepared deposition questions. If it goes there, we'll grill them on timelines. I practiced responses, staying calm. Mark found financial ties. Company stock spike post-patent, her husband cashing out shares worth over $200,000. Motive established, I noted, add to damages. We amended the complaint and their side pushed for mediation. I blocked family numbers temporarily. Nicole filed for summary judgment noting evidence overwhelming, might avoid trial. Judge set hearing and Mark pulled final piece, a deleted forum thread, where my sister asked about anonymizing file shares. At the hearing 3 weeks later, I sat in the courtroom gallery with Nicole beside me as the judge reviewed our motion for summary judgment, and their lawyer argued coincidence in code similarities, but Nicole presented the expert report highlighting identical structures and stated, no dispute of facts. Infringement clear. The judge nodded and ruled motion granted. Trial unnecessary damages hearing next month. Their side looked defeated, her husband whispering to his attorney with a pale face. Outside, Nicole high-fived me and said, big win. They'll appeal, but evidence holds. Mark texted company's app pulled from stores. Your code was key. Satisfaction hit so time for personal reveal, and I scheduled a family dinner at my parents'. Neutral ground, texting the group, important news. They agreed, and arriving early, I set up my laptop discreetly. My mother greeted me saying, glad you're here. Family's been tense. I smiled thinly, and dinner started normal with my sister chatting about work. Husband's dealing with some glitches. Glitches like stolen code? I asked calmly, and silence fell as her husband shifted and said, what I opened my laptop played the lunch audio where her voice echoed, ideas are free write, then displayed the emails, here's you forwarding my files. My sister stammered, Ivy, that's not. We just borrowed. Borrowed. That's theft, I countered, and my father interrupted. What's going on? She stole my designs for his promotion, I explained, showing the patent filing and the matches. My mother gasped. Emma, is this true? It was harmless, my sister yelled. You never use them anyway. Her husband jumped in. It was my idea to help the team. Help by stealing. I questioned, and Nicole had prepped me, so I pulled up the judgment court agrees. Infringement ruled. My sister turned red. You sued us, his firm, but you're named, I replied, and chaos erupted with my father demanding explanations. How could you? My mother cried softly. We raised you better. My sister pointed at me. You're ruining everything. Jealous much? Jealous of thieves, I countered, and her husband tried damage control. Let's settle this privately. Too late. Damages pending, I said, and they argued among themselves as my sister blamed him. You pushed me to send the files. He shot back. You wanted the bonus lifestyle. My parents looked shocked, so I stood and declared, this ends here. No more contact until restitution. Walking out, adrenaline surged and Nicole called. Later. How'd it go? Explosive. They cracked. Perfect for negotiation, she responded. The firm offered $300,000 the next week, but pushed for full, Nicole said, and we countered. They agreed to $400,000 plus fees, so I signed. My sister emailed begging, please drop it. We're family. I replied through Nicole Pay Up first. Bank transfer confirmed days later, and Mark wrapped his report, all traces cleaned. Your code secured. Relief washed over, but family ties severed, and my father messaged apologies. We didn't know. I blocked him as healing started alone. Nicole closed the case. You did it. Pride filled me. No regrets. With the case settled, his firm's stock plummeted after pulling the app investors bailed, leading to layoffs, and her husband got fired first. Conflict of interest cited in public statements. Mark confirmed through news clips. He's blacklisted in tech now. Nicole handled the payout, distribution funds transferred. Your share covers losses plus extra. I invested it wisely. My sister reached out via email. Ivy. We lost everything. Help us? I ignored it. She called days later. Please, sis, the house is in foreclosure. It was a mistake. Mistake you stole from me, I said. I was desperate. His job depended on it, she replied. That's no excuse, I countered. She sobbed. Mom and Dad are devastated. Forgive me. Pay your own way now, I told her, and hung up. Her husband tried LinkedIn message, let's talk man to man, or woman, I can explain, blocked him. My parents emailed jointly. Come home, discuss this. We're family. I replied briefly. No. Actions have consequences. They showed up at my door unannounced. My father pleading, drop the grudges, help your sister. My mother added, she's suffering enough. She caused this, I said. And they left defeated. Nicole advised on restraining order if needed, but for now, document harassment. I did. Weeks passed, her husband's resume surfaced on job sites. No bites. My sister sold belongings online. I spotted listings. Their social media went dark. Mark's final check revealed divorce rumors from public records she's filing. Blames him. Fitting end. I changed my number, moved to a new apartment. Family attempts stopped. Peace settled in. Nicole stayed in touch. Any regrets? None. Justice served. Mark sent a final update. Their firm's bankrupt. Code scandal tanked them. Closure felt good. Months after cutting ties, I focused on my career. Promotions came easier without family drama. New projects flourished. My sister attempted contact through a mutual friend. She's broke, needs help. I declined. Tell her to move on. Parents tried letters, reconcile for holidays. I shredded them. Solitude brought peace. I volunteered at tech workshops, mentoring young engineers. Shared anonymized stories of IP theft. One mentee asked, how do you catch it? Vigilance pays. Reflection hit during a solo walk. Family bonds break under greed. Trust earns, not assumes. I learned to protect my work fiercely. Audience, guard your creations. One betrayal changes everything. Spot red flags, early, document always. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, comment your stories below.